Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk. It is Saturday, July 30. I am Daniel Blake. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, as always, Sports Talk is brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, Country Above Self. Today we'll be still on track and field because, as you know, track and field don't done till when? End of September, really? And we still have some amazing championships that are going to happen. And we'll also talk about some of the top moments from the World Championships with two of our very special guests, one in an unfortunate attire, but we'll get to that shortly. Remember, there are several ways that you can listen to the show. You can go on the Love 101 FM app, which you can download in the Google Play or Apple Store. Go in your internet browser, love101.org, listen live there, or you can go on YouTube and Facebook and you can see the unfortunate attire that one of our guests are wearing. If you want to interact with us on air, you can WhatsApp 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. I tell you, next time I'm going to do a dress code because it's really bothering me. So if you want to tell me your favorite moment from the World Championships, which ended last week, well, Sunday is not really last week, but yeah, when the world, yeah, almost. So tell me your favorite moment from the World Championships. If you enjoyed it, what you never enjoy, all of that. So 997-3125 on WhatsApp, or you can leave it on YouTube and Facebook. All right, so let me just introduce my guest. Usually I do ladies first, but I'm not going to this time. First, let me introduce one of Jamaica's best performers at the World Championships. He was the stadium announcer, track and field analyst, everything track and field, Donald Smith. Donald, thank you so much for joining.
Hi, Donald. Big
Hi guys, thanks
World
for having me again.
Championships. Big
Thank you.
announcer in his Puma gear. Hi, Donald.
Hey,
You know,
what's up?
great excitement.
I know. Daniel, I don't understand why Trish was allowed though to enter the studio with that shirt.
What do you mean?
I, you know,
All when I marble my team are playing now. When you know I'm out.
Uh,
I could have scrimmage.
Trish, Trish, you know I love you about that shirt.
Daniel is not happy. So I don't Daniel might throw to you for all world championship questions and everything because I came into the studio in Liverpool shirt and you know how he feels about it. Hi Daniel.
Mm.
all right. By the way, listeners and viewers, that is Trishana McGowan, track and field analyst and award-winning sports journalist, and a very unfortunate Liverpool fan. Good afternoon, Trishana.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the listeners of Love 101. And hi Donald, announcer. I'm very proud. Big achievement for you.
Yes, certainly.
Thanks,
Yeah.
son. I appreciate it.
So let's actually start there, Donald. We know that you have been doing announcing for quite a while. You went to Kenya for the under 20 championships recently. How different was this experience at the World Championships? Because I think just from my own producer brain that you had to work closely with the TV, the producers, organizers, everyone. So let me know about that experience.
Well, it was a little different from Kenya in the sense that one, we weren't in a bubble like Kenya. Two, it was more moving particles, moving elements than we had in Kenya, meaning that for the World Championships, it's a larger scale event, more athletes, more sponsors, more persons who you need to be in communication with.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the sole English speaking announcer there as well. So we had a nice little team. What made it easy though is that we have, so the entire thing is called an event presentation management.
Mhm.
And within that particular group, we have what you call a show caller or a producer. And that person pretty much, instructs the announcers when we can go with certain announcements, when medal ceremonies are supposed to start. So it was very much organized. And that was similar to what we had in Kenya as well. But as I say, it was just on a larger scale. And that was just a wonderful experience. And you had more than one show callers. I think we had four for the entirety of the championships. Um, and it's amazing to see what happens behind the scenes. So you have somebody talking to us as announcers. They're also in communication with TV. They're also in communication with the timing people, Seiko, and it's just one massive thing that everybody else is just seeing the finished product, but to see what happens behind the scene, you'd be like, "Whoa, this is a lot," you know. But it was a wonderful experience again.
All right. I still ignorant, Trishana. Was
I
there?
told you that was going to happen. The man brought me on his show on the day my TV. I asked him, do you want? Well, he asked first. You want me to come? Do you want to come into studio or join virtually? But either way, I would have been in my Liverpool shirt. I mean, it's only
I
right.
just want
What's the
to.
score, by the way?
3-1. We
Oh, that's
won
an
the
NBA
community
shirt.
shield over, and mind the City rolled out their big guns. But continue on
I
World
just.
Champion.
Well, I slipped through it.
I just want to let you know that I'm in control of your mic. Okay.
Oh,
Um. Donna, is there like an athlete or celebrity that you met that left you like in awe?
Whoa. There are a few that came to mind. Dina Asher Smith,
Mm. Or Jamaica?
lovely lady, very down to earth athlete. I remember when I got a chance to take a pic with her. She was going through the where the media would be, the mix
Yeah.
zone, and she had a chaperone that was pretty much, telling them that after they finish the last interview, they need to head back down into the call room area. And she had just finished the 200 meters where she would have won bronze. The medal ceremony for that race would have been the next day. And when she came to where I was standing, I asked her a pic, and the chaperone was like, "No, that she has to continue." And she stopped and she's like, "No, I'll take a pic. It's not like I have anything else to do." No, stood there and she took her pictures with some of us who were in that area. Um, then you have Alison Dos Santos, the 400-meter hurdles gold medalist. That guy is full of energy and he's so passionate and he's so down to earth as well. He's now learning English and he was able to communicate, just how excited he was that persons wanted to take pictures with him. I think after that particular day, he was one of the last athletes inside the stadium still taking pictures. Um, so that was a very good interaction as well. Uh, who else? There are a few others. Adele Tracy, she was the first Jamaican I got a picture with. Um,
Lovely.
she was more than willing to take a picture with us, and she did well. Went to the semifinals of both her races, the 1500 and the 800 meters.
Yeah.
Sharika Jackson, very pleasant. I actually interrupted her conversation to get a picture with her, and she was all smiles. So, that was just so good. But just in general, outside of the athletes, there was a large Jamaican presence there, and I think when they realized that I was the announcer, that alone, that kind of reaction was very pleasant as well. A lot of them really appreciate hearing a different sound inside the stadium that they were used to, so that was good as well.
All right. Let me stop ignoring you now. Um. So you were watching from here. You did some work with the Jamaica Observer as
yes, I
well.
did.
Um. You actually went to Portland, Oregon in 2019.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before
But
the stadium was done building, it was under construction at that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how was like the watching experience for you? Because the thoughts on social media, everybody thought it felt like NCAA championships, or it just felt
Um,
anticlimactic at the time. How was it for you?
how was it for me? All right. I I frame my mind. I believe in adopt. You must be able to adopt, and that's you must adopt to any environment and situation. It's the best way for you to get results. And the athletes knew they were at a world championship. So why should we, the fans, not adjust our minds for that? They're competing for gold medals. They're competing for world title. So For me, the atmosphere was the least of my concern. I just wanted the conditions to be ideal so that our athletes and all other athletes could have had the best outcome. And I think we saw a lot of that. So while it felt like a NCAA championship, it really wasn't. The athletes knew that, and so did we. So I try not to major in the minor of things. And I think that was a minor. The atmosphere could have been better, like we've seen it with other championships. It wasn't, but the athletes delivered. So what more do we want? So it was a good championship for me, like I said, watching. And when I visited Oregon in 2019 and they showed the videos of what the stadium would have been, based on those videos, we were like, yeah, it would have been spectacular. But actually seeing it now from TV
Mm-hmm.
and even pictures and so on, I thought it's a beautiful stadium. Hopefully the excitement, because it's a track town,
Yeah.
they thrive off track and field. So I'm hoping, choosing my words carefully, if they're given another opportunity in the future for a world championship. I don't believe that because they didn't go all out or it didn't look all out in one setting. They should not be given another opportunity. If that's the case, we shouldn't be hosting a lot of events here in Jamaica, but here we are. So like I said, the performances for me were world championship quality. I didn't major in the fact that it didn't feel like or look like.
Yeah, I really love that, adapt and adjust your mind, because I think a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
By the way, people, we will be talking about track and field, but it's good to always have the personal touch. I'll go into a break shortly, but final thing,
Mhm.
you are a former national athlete, correct?
Yes, I am.
You attempted to
Junior.
make, so weren't you training at senior level too?
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you were trying to make world championships teams,
Yeah.
right? But McGowan ended up at the championships because your brother, so
What a boy, shady. Yeah, my brother went to the World Championships and he had fun. He's a former Woolmerian, so he was at
he's
Woolmer's.
always a winner.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Always.
so he's a Woolmerian. So he know the likes of like Julian Ford, Shelley Fraser Price, and others. So it was a joy for him to be there. He went specifically, no disrespect to the men's 100 meters, just in case. But he went specifically to see Shelley in action, just in case. I mean, she is 35 years old. At any point in time, I know she wants to go until 2024, but how the body operates is
Hmm.
that if it comes calling before that, she can say to us, I've served well, but I think it's time. Veronica Campbell Brown, sorry, wanted to be with us the last year at the Olympics. We saw where she ended that career just before the national championships due to injuries and age as well. So I'm just saying he took the opportunity and his friends, among other Jamaicans, to go and see Shelley and the women's 100 meters in action. It was one of the best events at the World Championships.
All right, so we'll talk about that event after the break and several other top moments with Trishana and Donald. Hopefully, we can get Trishana to change during the break. And we'll survive. So please stay with us. More sports talk after the break.
Keep fully connected with Flow Fiber Fast Internet at home and on the road with LTE data and calls for a fast, reliable experience anywhere. Over 500 communities have been upgraded since 2020, making more of Jamaica Flow Fiber Fast. And with Yard and Road, get Flow Fiber Faster Yard and LTE Road for as low as $3,999 plus GCT. Visit discoverflow.co to get connected on Jamaica's largest network. Conditions apply.
Make an impact on your career. Earn real money. Get 3 to 4 local and international certification in practical nursing and early childhood education with free CXC or CAPE subjects in 6 to 12 months at Distinction College, located at 26 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 6 Nugent Street, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Earn global certificates in 3 months in geriatric nursing, phlebotomy, childcare. We have the lowest school fees around. Classes begin very soon. Call us 356-4167.
Love 101 now presents Facts on Monkeypox. There are no treatments specifically for monkeypox virus infections. For mild cases of monkeypox, over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen and acetaminophen can help with symptoms. Avoiding skin-to-skin contact is the best way to limit the spread of monkeypox. That was Facts on Monkeypox, presented by Love 101 FM.
Hi, I'm Dunstan Bryan, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. July is Healthcare Worker Appreciation Month. Jamaica's healthcare workers of all categories stand apart as among the most hardworking and dedicated in the public service. I say thank you to all 25,000 healthcare professionals who give sacrificially, even in the midst of crisis. Your investment continues to transform the health sector and Jamaica at large. This month, we celebrate you and honor your tremendous contribution to the nation. Happy Healthcare Worker Appreciation Month.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The Jamaica Agricultural Society, in association with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, present
the Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show
from July 30 to August 1
at the Denby Showground, Maypen, Clarendon.
Yes,
Gates open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily.
Admission $1,200 for adults, $600 for children. Jamaicans, grow smart, eat smart. Come celebrate Jamaica 60 at Denby 2022.
Whoa, we gonna have a good time.
FunFest is fun can done thanks to our partners Oreo, Cadbury, Tan, Nupa, Kraft Heinz, and Love FM. Come enjoy FunFest Family Festival with family, friends, and fun. Monday, August 1st, Emancipation Day at the New Hope Gardens. Gates open at 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Follow us on social media at FunFestJA.
Whoa, FunFest.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on Love 101 FM. I really want to say this is my last time inviting you, but it's just like, it don't make sense. Because again, come back, I again do the same thing again.
Yeah, we're entering the football season, starting next week Friday with Crystal Palace and Arsenal.
Anyways, I'm still here with Donald Smith and Trishana McGowan. So let's talk about some of those top performances. Let's start with what should I say? It's our only record. Sharika Jackson in the 200 meters, a championship record 21:45, not too far off from Flo Jo's record. Donald, where would you rank that performance in the all-time list, knowing that just a few years ago we thought that the 200-meter record was almost untouchable?
Well, that was a spectacular run from Sharika Jackson. I think you have to rank it. I mean, it's number 2 all time. It has to be right up there as part of your top 3 best performances ever, with Elaine Thompson-Herah being probably third. What it means as well is that Flo Jo's record can definitely be broken. I actually thought that it would have been broken here at the championships. Wasn't to be. And that could be down to a number of factors. The ladies, for example, having concluded the 100 meters, they pretty much only got like a day's rest, which was between the semifinals and final. Mm-hmm. So that may have been, part of the reason why why Sharika, for example, would not have been able to surpass that particular record. But you have to say that was a big run, and new national record with that run as well. Amazing off the turn, Shelley in that particular race as well. I think that's probably the best I've seen her run at 200 meters, apart from her semifinals. But outside of that, definitely has to be ranked in the top 2 times. Well, top 2 performances all time for sure.
You, Trishana?
Wow. I keep telling you all, the 400 meter hurdles is the best event in track and field. Mind you, the sprints, you can't get over people loving the sprints. It's shorter, you get to the point, get to the times. But the 400-meter hurdles, 50.68 seconds. And she seemed as if she could have gone faster, Sydney McClocking, United States. And just overall her performances, I think, throughout the season and how she looked, it's just, it's truly remarkable. And I'm not sure like what else is in store for her this season because she has continuously showed that she can break her own record.
Oh, you have skipped to Sydney, not Sharika. Got you. Okay, you can continue that point. No, continue that point because we're going to get there, but continue that point.
You see, when you wear the shirt, Donald, I have to go switch with him and give him this shirt to put on, right? But again, let us stick to our Sharika Jackson and her brilliant performance. I think we saw a glimpse of what she would have been able to do at our national championships when she ran 22. What was the time again, Donald? That she did at our national championships? 22. 5.
Something. Yeah.
And I think her performance of 10.77 in the 100 meters, and she said she could have gone faster. We knew what happened. Let's not go back to the start of the women's 100 meters at our national championships. But I saw where she even made a post about that 200 meters and what it meant to her. So the time will come. People always want to focus on time. And I know Michael Johnson is taking a real beating on social media in recent times because of what he posted about the Nigerians. But we have had this conversation before about times. And while the track and field community and fans place major emphasis on times, the end of the day, the athletes have no control of the time because they can be in the best shape of their lives and they show up to a venue that's not conducive to produce the times that they're capable of. You have to just compete. And that's what she did. And I think that all being well, if she's not too tired, she can go much faster. And that's truly remarkable. 400, 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4. Since her days of very technical, I think we knew she was special. And she's getting the chance to showcase that to the world.
And the last time you both were here when we were previewing the women's 100, you both favored Shelley.
Yes.
And it came true. And then in the 200 meters, she also got silver. And even she looked a bit surprised, and I think she was even happier because I think she felt that she probably wasn't the second best 200 meter runner there.
Okay, so I had I'd factored 2 medals in the women's 200 meters, and people had banked on possibly a sweep. No, why I did not think of a sweep, but maybe 2 medals, it was more so because I wanted to see more of Elaine following the 3 rounds of the women's 100 and the first round of the 200 meters, the time between, and knowing some of the injuries and setbacks she would have had this season. Now, you have to factor all those things in. Now, when I saw the lane draws for the final, I was like, okay, Shelley's definitely going to be on the podium. She was perfectly poised. And I think had Sharika gotten the lane that Shelley got, just maybe she would have gotten that record. Just maybe. Mind you, the legs are tired. The women would have done now a complete of 6 rounds between the 1 and the 2. So for me, like I said, just looking at Elaine throughout the rounds of the 100 meters and also in qualifying for the women's 200, I knew it would have been difficult for her to get on the podium because of those setbacks she would have had early in the season, and that catch up to you when you're doing the 200 meters. Trust me, it does. And we saw that. But she'll be back.
Yeah. Donald, we all expected the women's 4x1 team to come away with gold. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. But, some of the reaction from the public and even some analysts that I've heard, do you think that people are making it too much of a big deal that we didn't get the gold medal, or do you think it's justified?
I think people are making a big deal, about it. You know why? We as Jamaicans are very hard to please, especially when there's a certain expectation. Asafa Powell himself has said it. And this is the thing. We are such a weird society. If Jamaica had won with those 4 ladies, you wouldn't be hearing any of the conversations you're hearing now. But
Yeah.
because we were beaten, and largely because we were beaten by the USA, you're now hearing all these criticisms and conversations. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes on to a 4x1, you could have the four fastest persons in your race. If the baton is not gotten around efficiently and fast, you're not guaranteed to be the winner.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the best of baton passes throughout. Leg speed wise, we were matched pretty much on all the legs by the USA. So it's just one of those things. And yes, we would have been disappointed of not getting the goal, but at the same time, this is track and field. Nothing is guaranteed, and we can look to the hurdles to get to see where that is the case. So it's just one of those things, and I think Jamaicans need to accept the fact that what these athletes do on a daily basis, some of us wouldn't last the first half an hour of their training regimen. So I'm thankful.
I don't know why you say half an hour, much less 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So one of our special medals came from Brittany Anderson in the 100-meter hurdle, silver. Was her performance more impressive knowing that it took essentially, even though it wasn't win legal, the fastest time in history to beat her?
Yes and no. I think Brittany Anderson is a special talent, and in the Olympics last year, she had a small mistake in that final, and she would have done some corrections. Still has work to do, but we saw her against Camacho Quinn at one of the Diamond League meets before the World Championships, where she pretty much had the measure of her. And from what I saw in the rounds, especially in that race with Nia Ali, the defending champion, who sadly fell in that race, I felt that we were guaranteed a medal once Anderson runs a good race, once she gets over the hurdles, because she has the foot speed, she has the technical ability clearing the hurdles to do that. So whether it would have been gold, to be honest, I didn't have her for gold. I had her for at least a silver. My surprise was Toby Amusan getting the gold. I actually had Camacho Quinn to add the world title to her Olympic gold medal as well. But Anderson definitely was there for me to have gotten a medal, and she proved that she had pretty much 3 flawless races. I mean, her coach probably will identify issues, but I'm just happy that she was able to get over that. And it was interesting. The hotel where I was staying, Anderson actually was staying at that hotel as well. Not certain if her team would have inspected the lodgings for the rest of the athletes weren't pleased, or wanted her to be in an environment that there was more control, for want of a better term. But it clearly would have had some impact on her performance as well, in a positive light, of course.
Yeah.
So that was good on her team management's part as well. So definitely happy for her. And people look at Toby Amusan and say, yeah, man, nice record. I think Brittany Anderson, if she continues on her current path, will be in that 12-0 range very soon.
Yeah. We have to go to a break, but I love the fact that that Donald can be like, oh, Brittany was staying in my hotel, and it's just like really cool to hear those type of things.
Donald, the announcer.
Let's speak to her as well.
Donald, I saw a number of the athletes, giving a shout out and stuff on social media. They were really elated to have a Jamaican announcer, adding the whole, vibes to the thing.
Yeah, that was it. Shelly actually gave a very interesting response when I took a picture with her.
Yeah, what she said.
She was like, no, I just couldn't place it. What me know? But it was interesting.
Yeah. All right. So we still have, I believe, Shanika's silver medal to talk about, and some of the non-Jamaican top moments, as well as the Commonwealth Games and under 20. And we have less than half hour. Wow. All right. So we go to our break, and when we come back, we try to do all of that. So stay with us.
The All-American Institute of Medical Sciences AIMS is your preferred tertiary institute with campuses in Black River, Kingston, and Mandeville. AIMS expands your mind to an associate degree in health sciences with electives in pharmacy technician, medical assistant and phlebotomy, dialysis technician, surgical technician in 18 months at a cost you can afford. We also offer a 4-year medical degree program and a Bachelor of Science in Optometry. You'll find the AIMS experience to be an enriching one. Enroll at AIMS today. Call 876-634-4068 or visit the website aaims.edu.jm. Medical education par excellence.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Proud, resilient nation.
60 and growing stronger. Together we'll make the future bright. With Flow by our side. One love. Black, green, and gold all the way.
I remember keeping the link strong. And many.
To everyone.
No flow from Flow, Jamaica's network.
Jamaica! It's time to find your 2022 Gospel Star. Your vote will help to decide the winner. It's been 4 exciting weeks, and now it's down to the final 5. Watch the grand finale Saturday, July 30th, 8 p.m. on PBCJ, Love TV, Mellow TV, live streamed on the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission's Facebook and on YouTube JCDC Jamaica 1. Watch and vote. Powered by Chase Fund. Sponsored by Sagicor, Digicel, Pika, and Shirley.
Emancipate Jamaica from crime and violence. Establish respect, peace, and one love. The Jamaica Umbrella Groups of Churches, the JUGC, invites all of Jamaica, wherever you are, to a church near you in a time of prayer for the nation. 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, July 30 and Sunday, July 31, 2022. For prayer and guidance, reach out to a church near you. One love.
Tired of the high interest rates and the whole heap of loan payments every month? Take a debt consolidation loan from AIM to pay credit card bills and all other high interest rate loans from other institutions. Make one low monthly payment to AIM and take home some extra money in your pocket. That's financial freedom. One loan, one low payment, more money in your pocket. Call AIM today to lower your loan payment. And remember, you won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
All right, we're back very briefly because we do have a few more ads to go. But remember that you can WhatsApp us at 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Tell us your top moments of the World Championships, what you're possibly disappointed with, and what you're looking forward to at the Commonwealth Games and the World Under 20 Championships. So far, we've had Greg Diesel from 3 Miles Westmoreland saying that his favorite moment was the 1-2-3 from the women's 100 meters. Cherry from Spanish Town says congratulations to our athletes with or without medals. They did their best. Hard work, discipline, dedication, and determination. As Jamaicans, we must remember medals never put down, waiting on them. Amen. And shout out to Myrna Alvarine, Lorna Ariel, Jason Clemmings, Marvin Murphy, and Beverly Knight, who have sent in messages as well. So remember, you can send in those messages. I just have a few more ads to go, and then we'll be back with Trishana and Donald.
King for the summer, Flow, you are the king for the flow. Some summer 60 mil cash and prize for the winners. Fun of summer. Enough winnings, make sure you're in.
Win your share of over $60 million in cash and prizes. Scratch your phone and win instant prize, plus a chance for win weekly prize of cash, tablets, and smart TVs. Dial *129 *6 number sign to activate any unlimited social plan. Get a yard and road plan or pay your bill on time and in full to win. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
Flow some summer. Fun of summer. 60 mil cash and prize for the winners. Some summer. Enough winnings, make sure you're in. The king said that. King for the summer. Flow, you are the king for the flow some summer. Plenty prize in a flow some summer.
Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
In need of a loan? AIM Financial is the place to go. We have loans from $20,000 to $3.3 million. Get a loan to pay school or college tuition, medical expenses, bills, fix up your house, buy furniture and appliances, repair or buy a car. And when you're done, take a vacation loan. AIM has a loan for any purpose. Call AIM today. You won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Love 101 now presents Facts on Monkeypox. There are no treatments specifically for monkeypox virus infections. For mild cases of monkeypox, over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen and acetaminophen can help with symptoms. Avoiding skin-to-skin contact is the best way to limit the spread of monkeypox. That was Facts on Monkeypox, presented by Love 101 FM.
The Jamaica Agricultural Society, in association with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, present
the Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show
from July 30 to August 1
at the Denby Showground, Maypen, Clarendon.
Yes,
Gates
sir.
open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily.
Admission $1,200 for adults, $600 for children. Jamaicans, grow smart, eat smart. Come celebrate Jamaica 60 at Denby 2022.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Welcome back to the final segment of Sports Talk here on Love 101. We have around 20 minutes to go. So let's get straight into it, Donald. Shanika Ricketts in the triple jump, getting that silver medal, 14.87 meters, if memory serves me right. When I spoke with Exter last week, he was saying that that performance seems underrated simply because she's going up against the greatest of all time in the triple jump. And I wonder, well, I guess we all have the same sentiment.
You know, I agree. And boy, taking nothing away from Yulma Rojas, Shanika Ricketts has pretty much been a standard bearer along with Kimberly Williams after Trisha Smith would have stopped competing for the triple jump.
Yeah.
And, you know, I am so happy that Shanika has been consistent, especially. My hope for her for these championships was not necessarily just medaling, but was to at least get over 15 meters. And I think this season she still can achieve that. I think she's 3 centimeters shy, if memory calls, based on her personal best from achieving that mark. And I think that a little improvement on the runway in terms of her speed potentially could get her to that 15-meter mark. But, you know, she has been very consistent. And I expected a medal. We got a medal. We got a silver. It's really interesting that she's competing at a time where, as you said, the greatest of all time in the triple jump is competing. And you know,
overshadow our performances.
Yeah. You know, but trust me, take nothing away from Ricketts. What she's doing for the triple jump is something amazing. You know, because if you were to take away her medal, we would pretty much not have any medal in the field events at the championships.
True.
All right. So you spoke about Sydney a little earlier on.
Yeah.
I want to mention Noah Lyles, one of the fastest 200-meter times in history.
Still not 19.19, but yeah.
But for me, while I was watching it, it felt anticlimactic. I don't know if it's because it came after Sharika had just done what she did, or it's because it's Noah Lyles. I don't know.
Because you're a Jamaican.
That's what I was saying. It could be my Jamaican bias.
And I'm not the person you want to ask these questions because there are a few athletes that I might not go, I like you, or I'm crazy about. Everybody know I'm a huge fan of Shawnee Miller-Weebo. Like I was with Alison Felix. I was a huge fan as well of Michael Johnson. And I can go on and on. Donovan Bailey for Canada. So I do have favorites from different countries. For me, when he ran that time, I was excited because we cannot mention him enough. What Usain Bolt did for men's sprinting in the new era of track and field. So while I love that the women are shining, and they were always shining, but they were kind of overshadowed, if we're being honest, by major performances. But when you look at what for him to come and execute that time, mind you, I think if he didn't do all that talking Donald about world record and so on, just maybe we would have savored it a little bit more. But for me, we're heading into the direction. It's not about any one person. No one athlete can do what Usain has done, because his charisma and his performances are spectacular. We need everybody in track and field from all parts of the world to be doing well in their events, running good times, making good throws, jumps, so that the world can watch. Track and field is still at the bottom of the order regarding sports worldwide. And it's not going to take, we have Jamaica sweeping the women's 100 meters. The Jamaicans and the Caribbean and other people in track and field circle are really happy about that. But a lot of times if a woman are to walk into some normal places, people maybe don't even recognize them. So like I said, in order for track and field to grow, and so that everybody can start earning in and around the sport, start being known for the sport to be taken seriously, we have to have the men and women in all areas competing well. So when I saw that he ran that time, I was like, yes, I was really happy. And I didn't mind the sweep as well from the men's 200 meters, but that adjusts me that still.
Because you can adjust your mind.
It's bigger than adjusting. You have to think broader for the sport. It's not any one country. True. It's a sport. The sport is not Jamaica. If that's the case, hence our athletes aren't being treated well, and the World Championships is still only paying $8,000 for the winner. How are we going to get money to pump into the sport? How much I'm get paid again? Is it 8,000 US?
A little more than that. I don't remember the full figure, but
it
80,000.
I think it's 80.
And 80,000, many sit back not understanding the sport and say enough money that. When we have quarterbacks out there and other people in sport being paid greater than that. No, there are people. I've seen it on social media when during the championships when the amount paid out to the top 8 was put out. So whenever, like I said, I cannot take the position of other Jamaicans, and that's fine. We are excited when our athletes do well and when they win. For me, the sport is bigger than Jamaica. The sport is bigger than USA. Collectively, we all have to be excited whenever we see fast times, big throws, and so on, and having personalities as well, because that's what will sell the sport. If not, the sport is going to stay below the NFL, the NBA, Formula One. Everybody loves Formula One. So let us see. Like I said, hopefully whenever the championship goes to LA, I'm hoping that like what we see for Formula One in terms of people traveling from far and wide to go to this, we will have that at the Olympics. Is it Olympics that will be in LA?
Yeah, man.
Yes,
2028. Yeah. To add to that as well, Trish, I'm right there with you in terms of us needing the sport to be seen more. Yeah. There's just this thing. I mean, after the 4x1 for women, one of the biggest statements that I overheard while I was at the championships is that the pen relays, that the organizers need to change back the format to USA versus the world.
It does.
Because that brings in a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
And what that is telling me is that when you have these head-to-head, so to speak, whether in a particular event, it brings attention to the sport more.
Yeah,
When
and remember, you and I.
total dominance
Yeah.
by one country or one person, it gets boring after a while.
And it's bigger than just being boring, Donald. The market. I heard what the president of World Athletics said, Sebco, quickly, and he said about why I know they chose the US market was for the sport to grow. I don't think it was executed well, but I like the intention. And like I said, we cannot grow the sport with just our women sweeping the 100 and the US men sweeping the men's 200 meters. It's more than that, or we're going to be the sport. Like I said, I cannot take the position of the regular fan of the sport. Nobody watches the Commonwealth Games. Jamaicans are not watching the Commonwealth Games. You know why? Because they don't view the Commonwealth Games as important. That is a problem. When you look at football, Champions League, we have big competitions. I'm sure the millions did not tune in for the Community Shield like they would have for the Champions League. But the numbers are the numbers are good. If you're to check that statistics for Commonwealth Games versus the Olympics and the World Championships, people are not watching, and that is a problem.
Yeah.
When you have a product, you have to treat the product well so that your job is to attract new fans, because people like you and I that are loyal, I am watching the Commonwealth Games. We can't grow by just being, when you look at the NFL preseason game and their camps, listen, the numbers, the lines, but people want to be caught up in just enjoying Jamaica versus USA. And we're going to go absolutely nowhere with that. No sponsor is going to find that attractive, because the end of the day, the marketers think about what they can get for their value. And that's just my TED Talk.
Yeah, I was going to have a monologue on this next week, and it feel kind of redundant now. I mean,
it's
think
a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, I think one thing that needs to happen is that the World Championships needs to be every year, and in my opinion, they need to stop looking at the Diamond League like the Champions League. Meaning, in a case where not everyone can go to the Diamond League, you have to reach a certain status to get to the Diamond League, unless it's in your home country and you get the invite. But the entire world is watching the World Championships. So that should be like your Champions League or your World Cup, and the Diamond League and the Continental Gold and Silver. That should be like your Premier League and your Serie A and those type of things. Where
I'm not against that, but also another problem with that is, I could talk about Commonwealth Games, because I don't want to talk about track and field, because in 2022, and I agree, when I did the interview with Stephen Francis, and he spoke about where he thought Sebco would have brought track and field. I'm going to say this. I think it's the pandemic, so I'm going to cut them some slack. But it's coming back again, like what you're saying, treat whatever as Champions League versus whatever. The end of the day, before you can even get there, you have to have a plan, and you have to prioritize some things. What are you going to prioritize? You know what athletes prioritize? You know what the world prioritize with track and field? Olympic Games. So if you find a leash or a niche, so to speak, what works for your product, you start making it massive, and you grow from there, and you're starting to segue. And when you look at it, people are saying, "Oh, US not big on track and field." Yeah, they're not, and I can understand why. But when it's Olympic Games, ads are crazy across the board in America. So, like I said, we should treat Olympic Games then maybe as the Champions League. I don't know.
I think one of the reasons why the Olympic Games get so much hype from America is because they're involved in every single thing.
My point is, well, that's the time the world is watching. It's your job to capitalize when the world is watching, Daniel.
I think that's the reason why you should start pumping into the World Championships every year, because, for example...
But you can't pump away if you never have...
No,
you have to make a plan.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking similar to the English Premier League. When they did that rebranding in 1992, they really wanted to get the money in, and people thought it wouldn't work until until it got to the 2000s, and then everybody wanted to come to the Premier League and pump money into the Premier League.
Yeah,
so
but
I think if
it never just happened overnight.
I think world athletics can't depend on the Olympics.
You know what's the next problem? Before I love you to run your show. Like I said, you track and field. People love what they can see.
Yeah.
You know what? If you search from the world to be watching something, or people are going to, instead the Gen Zs, like I told you, the millennials and those who are older, will love what we love, and we're going to find ways to watch it. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
The Gen Z and the generation to come, they want to know that, okay, like what we're experiencing right now with Verticast or whomever is going to be in charge of whatever. You see, when people cannot say this is where a match will be played or cannot view a race, people are going to start losing interest. Formula One might be hard to find, but it's maybe on ESPN2, is either you have it or you don't have it. You can find ways to watch it, but it is accessible. You have to be going through so many hoops just to find one meet to watch the athlete. You don't need to do all of that. So if people want to watch the race, so them are going to say where I can't watch it. By the time them get to the race all done or they lose interest. You cannot make some in this day and age. Things get hard for access.
Yeah, and in the USA market, a lot of the track and field events are delayed.
Exactly.
So if you go on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, you see the results before you see the actual race.
Donald, and that is why I stated the camps, Donald, for NFL. I'm a huge NFL fan. And I can watch at least some preseason games that's going on. I can watch the camps, just camps with the fans coming in. Your job is to allure people in at all times. That's the nature of sports. You're not supposed to look for convince me. Me convince long time. That's why I watch. But in order for you to keep having fans interested, and fans' interest will pique the interest of sponsors. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, I go give Sebco some time because the pandemic. That is my take. TED Talk.
All right, so we have 5 minutes left because of all of that, which is a very needed conversation, by the way. It's just that next week I get to find a new monologue. But anyways,
Commonwealth?
No, I'm going World Under-20 Championships. People find Commonwealth wherever you can find it. Don't worry about it.
That's what I mean?
Don't worry about it. No, see, the reason why is because our youth athletes haven't gotten a lot of shine. So I prefer to end it with them. So it begins on Monday. We have a lot of the, our top junior stars there. The Clayton Tins, Serena Cole, Sanjay Davison, Rashawn Clark, Brianna Liston, Kerika Hill, Alexis James, all of those athletes. Donald, if there was one event that you would recommend people to look out for, what would that be?
Can I say two? First one,
sure.
On the triple jump, Jadon Hibbert should upgrade from silver, in my opinion, to gold if he gets his phases correct. And the girls 100 meters. Those two races off the top of my head, two events you want to watch. Jamaica will have representation in those two events. So you want to tune into those.
Trishana?
I want to see the girls 100 meters. I mean 10.98. And I think she can go much faster, the twin. And I'm intrigued to see what will happen with the under 20 boys 100 meters. I'm not sure if it's just the time or the performances. So let me tell you. So whenever people watch the World Under 20, they watch because, again, it's country versus country. I think it's an indication of where we can go in terms of our futuristic plans for track and field. And we have no problem with the women. We have them in surplus, says Stephen Francis. No, you have to pay attention to the men. And if Johan Blake, again, like I had said earlier about Shelley and Fraser Price, if at 35 and 33, they said, you know what, we have had enough. Despite we wanting to go until 2024, you have to be looking to the future. And I use the World Juniors under 20 boys a lot of time just to see the projection of how fast or how close we are in the future. The transition will take a while, but if that's how I use it. So I'm looking forward to the 100 and the 200 boys under 20. But the girls, like I said, 10.98 among other times, you can't ask for nothing more than to really in to watch that.
Yeah. Quickly, Are you concerned, because this is usually an issue? Athletes usually peak for champs in March. They have the junior trials in June and then competing in late July, early August. Are you concerned that they may not be sharp enough?
Sharp enough. No. I think that the period since pen relays and our national championships, we have to big up J3 is Donald. They have done a good job this time around. They have started to get back the camps, and the athletes have been in camps training at the Jamaica College Ashtonham Stadium Thursdays to Sundays. And when I was a junior athlete, we usually have that camp over by GC Foster College, and it really helped. So I want to applaud them for that. The camps have been going very well, and a number of the athletes have showed up after finishing and completing their exams. So I think that that's a good indication, I think, to make sure everybody is as prepared as possible.
Yeah, for you, Donald?
Yeah, man, I totally agree that I don't think that break will do us any disservice. I think that, there's sufficient time for them to have recovered and be in the mood to re-peak again for the world under 20 championships. And I think our coaches have gotten to a point where they are now able to handle their charges in a way where they can get them to do what they need to do at champs, carry the pen relays, take that break, the exams, and then return for a late season championship. So should be good where that is concerned.
Yeah. Final two comments from Fur. Says, my favorite moment was when the men finally got a silver medal on the last day, when so many persons were bashing the male athletes and praising only the female.
Surprising silver.
Yeah, in the 4x4.
I had them to medal, but I thought it would have been a bronze.
And Carolyn says she absolutely loved Barshim in the high jump. He's a cool operator. Love him. Cleared every single one without any error. And also Duplantis, who broke the world record.
Yeah.
Him don't look tall from the TV, but him just make it look so easy.
And I thought when he did that run up Donald just before he broke that world record, I think he knew he would have gotten it. He made some adjustments. If people were watching, he made some adjustments. And he's like, all right, his coach yelled at some stuff. I could hear the shouting, and then he was like, this is perfect time. And they said, go big or go home. That he did. Yeah. Someone asked me during that time, Donald, if they do pole vault in Jamaica at champs, and I was like, yeah, they do, but we lack the equipment and the coaching. We can't bother. Yeah,
we have a long way to go. And to add to potentially my favorite part of the World Championships outside of Jamaica 1, 2, 3 was my co-comment announcer, Jeff Whiteman. His son won the 1500, and he actually announced that race. That was just amazing to watch.
But do you know how professional that was?
Yeah.
Sorry?
And it been me. Y'all know.
He maintained his composure. I think after he did the final part of it, he kind of sat down and looked up. But that was amazing to have experienced.
Yeah. Donald, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insight as always, and for wearing proper clothes.
Congrats again, Donald. Can't wait for bigger things for your Olympics next.
Thank you, Trishana.
Oh.
Yeah. They need a co-host for the show, so I can recommend you if you want.
Let's not do that.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening this week. Remember, as always, Sports Talk was brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self. Please join me again next week. Is Independence Day next week, so that should be an interesting one. So please enjoy your weekend and stay safe.